When you make a movie called Last of the Mohicans, you kind of know there isn't going to be a sequel. But I wish they made a series of prequels, like Second to Last of the Mohicans. And before that, where'd all the Mohicans go? And before that, hey, didn't there used to be a lot more Mohicans around here? That joke gets sadder and sadder the more you think about it. So they won't think about it at all. How misleading of a title is Revolutionary Road? I thought I was going to see something like Paul Revere on the Road to Revolution. Or maybe the Road to the Bastille, the Road to the Tower in London. Anything involving a road and revolution, I would have left the theater happy. It turns out, and I don't want to spoil it for you, but I'm going to. It's a depressing look at marriage and a couple moving to the suburbs and fighting about money and cars and kids and jobs. You know, like real life, but you just have to sit through a movie and watch it. And I think that maybe a woman thought of that title to trick guys into going to see it with their girlfriends. And, if she had been in charge, I think that maybe While You Were Sleeping would have been called High Speed Chase Bonanza. And the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants would have been Too Fast, Too Furious, Too Many Naked Women. And the Joy Luck Club would have been called Fist Explosion. And I would have gone to see all of them. If I ever make a movie, the only control over it that I want is the title, and I want to call that movie 4 Words, First Word. So that you have the shortest game of charades. That'd be it. That'd be it. Except for maybe the movie 7. That's pretty easy to do in charades. I wonder if anyone's ever gotten a little piece of paper, the movie 300. And if they've thought of doing anything but 60 times, or 30 if they didn't have a microphone in their hands. I got my new Barely Legal DVD in the mail today. It's videos of people driving through school zones at 24 miles an hour. Pretty high. I'm waiting for a sequel to Angels in the Outfield with, honestly, pretty much any other team in the major leagues. It'd be hilarious to have their mascot literally in the outfield. I would pay my $10.50 to see how a roving band of pirates would help Pittsburgh get the pennant. Tigers in the outfield, that would be pretty good. Marlins in the outfield, that would stink. Red Sox in the outfield, that would be pretty boring. With a lot of extra base hits. Speaking of Red Sox, it's the best segue in the show. Speaking of Red Sox, I wonder if a KKK member has ever left one red sock in the laundry with their robe the night before the big rally. And then come out pink. And then have to decide if they're really going to go, because you're not really sending the same message at that point. Other than the message, I'm an idiot. I apologize if there are any KKK members. Always worry about that joke. Where do you even get a KKK robe? Are stores actually selling these, or do you have to go to Joanne Fabrics and get the pattern and sew it yourself? Is there a Lane Bryant for your larger bodied braces? A TJ Maxx for the cheap braces stuff? How long before we have air guitar hero competitions? Where instead of pretending like you're playing a guitar, you pretend like you're playing Guitar Hero. And if it looks like you're playing a real guitar, you lose. And I wonder if the regular air guitar players would look down on the air guitar hero players the way regular guitar players look down on Guitar Hero players. And what about Guitar Hero Hero, where you press a button and then your character goes and plays Guitar Hero? That's the next step. That's where we're headed to as a society. All these video games, it makes me wonder if the stories that I tell to my kids and grandkids are going to be like the ones that my grandfather shared with me. Because he told great stories about like stealing things and setting things on fire, stuff that you get arrested for nowadays, but they just called them pranks back then. And I just don't think it's going to be the same with me telling my grandkids about slightly awkward social situations. Grandpa, tell us about the time it was awkward. Well, little Barack. I think Barack is going to be a very popular name by then. But not because of Obama, some other guy we don't know yet. Well, Barack, I was in the bathroom at work, waiting for everyone to get out of there, then I realized my boss was doing the same thing. I'm gonna talk like I think God talks when I'm a grandpa.